my definition of homelessness. What homelessness is to me is me waking up with three fractures in my face, right here, right here, right here, covered from head to toe on my own leg. Waking up, concussion, amnesia, I don't know who I am. Waking up and get slammed on the bleach on the seat at the trolley station, covered in soap in the bed.
Have any of you ever lost or almost lost that one person who can always be there for you, who is always there to comfort you, and will never leave you?
I was asked about a month ago to write my defining moment by Reality Changers, and I started asking myself, what is my defining moment? But more importantly, what made me want to change my life? And something really stuck out to me.
And I've been through struggles in the past, as we all have. But I can tell you today that I am on a better path and I am on a journey towards success.
My relationship with my mom is not the best. After revealing my feelings, I thought everything would get better. But I was wrong.
Overcoming fears and obstacles is part of growing up. It's part of life. I learned the hard way that the world isn't as simple as it looks. I found that people don't always tell the truth because it's the right thing to do. That selfish people say whatever benefits them.
Bam, bam, bam. No, these are not gunshots. They're just a story of my life. Struggles come and go, but my education is here to stay.
Having no good positive outlook for my future, my reflection in the mirror was a boy with no hope. My teacher herself told me I am destined for failure. And I was proving her point.
Let me start by painting a picture of the person I used to be. My 6th through 8th grade year, I hung out with all the wrong people. I was ditching school. I was getting horrible grades.
Not too long ago, my life was drastically changed in a way that I wish would have never happened. You see, not too long ago, I lost a huge part of myself. My life was turned upside down in the blink of an eye.
The only memory I have of my father is an abusive relationship between him and my mom. At the age of 7, my father left me and my 4 brothers with only one loving mother to care for us. As a single mother working as a housekeeper making minimum wage, we faced many financial struggles.
This affected me more than I thought. For years I went from bad to worse. I soon created a being I came to fear. I gave no respect to anyone. My mother was no exception. Being jumped every day by depression, anger, and being despised. But not only everyone, but myself as well. It really hurt my life.
All I could do was look up, hold my hand to the sky, and scream, God! God! Why me? What did I do? What did I do? Why can't I eat? How come I can't wash myself? Why are my clothes dirty? How come she gets to eat? How come he gets to eat? How come they got somewhere to go? Why are they so special? Why am I so different?
As you imagine, this led me down the path of destruction. Because I was getting into fights, I was getting suspended from school, which eventually led me to not even care about school at all.
And that day that I got there, they told us about this story, David and Goliath. I didn't know what this really was. Yes, a small guy beat a big guy. Okay, I've seen that a lot. But you see, when I got back on August 26th, I faced the biggest Goliath of my life.
8 years, not one phone call from my father. I wouldn't even remember what he looked like if it wasn't for pictures. Growing up without a father, I felt anger building up inside me. That was one of the struggles that I faced.
It wasn't long before I started abusing negativity. I was hurting myself. I was in the direction my teacher mapped out. Motivation speakers? Psh, that was my Reality Changers first impression. That's why my chaos did not end. Plus my little trust and issues. So every 7 days, on those Wednesday nights, I received calls asking me to attend Reality Changers. I had terrible experiences on the trips we went to. I feel like I did not want or need their help, but my help was falling. I soon noticed my closest friend, Brandon. He changed his whole life for the better. He was a new person. He was no longer known as his gang name.
After the 8th grade, I started going to Hoover High School. Not only did I continue this destructive path, but I was passing boundaries.
However, among all the tragedy, depression, and tears, I can assure you all one thing, that this calamity has awakened a new person inside of me. You see, I once thought of college as something that would benefit me, only me, and nobody else. But after this, I realized it was much more than that. Not only am I going to college for myself now, I'm going to college for my mother, for my niece, but most importantly, for my sister up above.
I had so much to say, but knowing my mom, I knew she was going to get mad. I didn't want to say anything, but I was tired of it. I just couldn't hold it any longer.
It was all fine and dandy, but at the age of 11, my brother got stabbed. My real father's basically dead to me, and my older brother, my only father figure, is on the verge of dying. That brought me down a notch. Bam.
This inspired me to change, but with 1 month left in school, I had no chance to change my grades. 1 week after school let out, I started summer school. There, I made my impact with the help of the reality changers.
I looked up as the rain was pouring on. And I hear a lot of stories about God, and I do believe in Him. And as I was screaming to Him also, yeah, where's my miracle? Where's my help? Where's my mom's help? She's about to die. And where would I go? Where's my sister's help? Why have you forsaken us? You see, with troubled youth or gangbangers, there's always a counselor or the ex-gangbangers come in and say, young man, young woman can help you change, turn you an upstanding citizen, help change your life around, switch it around. You'll be okay. For foster youth, different programs help them get apartments, help them stand on their feet. But for us homeless kids, especially when I was growing up, there was no help. There was no help.
Let me give you an example that hopefully none of you guys can relate to. My mom would drop me off at school early in the morning before going to work. But I would just walk home or cross the street and go smoke with my friends.
I'm always going to remember her as a loving, most caring person anybody could ever remember. Her smile would outshine the somberness of any situation. If I felt depressed, as soon as she got there, the atmosphere changed with the blink of an eye. That's her. A 19-year-old beautiful young lady. Not on this earth anymore. I have to live with that.
One thing's for sure, I didn't want my mom to react the way she did that day. I guess I was hoping it would be just like the movies. We would look at each other, she would tell me she was sorry, and that she would try her best to make things work. But I noticed it wasn't a movie once I felt that tingling sensation in my face. And then another. And then another.
Fortunately, he survived. When I thought life was good, again, the struggles come. All I knew was violence, and I thought, if I'm not being helped, why should I help others?
You may be asking yourself, why would he be using these drugs? Or why would I damage my life like that? I actually don't know. Maybe it was because my own father walked out on me when I was 5 years old. Maybe it's because I haven't seen him in 11 years. It also might have been because everyone I got close to walked out on me to the point where I don't get close to anyone in fear of them walking away from me.
Life changes quickly. In the blink of an eye, you have one thing, and next thing you know, it's gone. I just like to let you guys know that love your family. Love your friends, your brother, your sister, your mother, your cousin, your grandpa, your grandma. Whoever it is, love them.
And that moment, I realized, what have I done? People do the right thing sometimes. It can turn into a mistake that I regret. The reason why I regret this is because after all this happened, did it really do anything? I just tried to make things work, and it just made things worse.
I get into an altercation at school, and I'm gone. Kicked out. Done. Damn.
It might have been because I felt like the black sheep in my family. My brother and sister were scoring 3.0s or higher, and I was scoring a 0.6 GPA.
Among all this tragedy, depression, and tears, I found a new person inside of me. A person with a greater desire to succeed, to become something in life. Not only for me, but for my niece. I'm more than an uncle for her. I'm her best friend. I'm her brother. I'm someone she can look up to.
But when I realized my education was being taken away from me, my brain clicked. If I didn't want these struggles to continue in the future, I had to get it together. And that is exactly what I did. I saw my two older brothers join Reality Changers and attend college. I joined Reality Changers, and I'm on the right path to do the same thing.
Perhaps it was all of the problems above. My defining moment was when my baby sister had turned 3 years old on November 30th. And I knew I had to change. I didn't want her to know her brother as a failure, or even worse, follow my footsteps.
Right here I'm wearing my dreams. This is wearing my goals. Right here's my aspirations. This let me know I'm doing what my grandfather died for me to do. I'm trying to make it, I'm trying to see. I'm in college. You know?
The only two questions I had in my mind were, how am I going to stop using drugs? That was the hardest question I've ever asked myself. I finally decided I had to change friends, and I started setting goals, but it wasn't something I could stop in just one day. You have no idea how many times I failed, but I didn't give up because I know you have to fail to succeed.
I tried hard at school and have gone from a 2.0 GPA to a 3.0 to a 3.6 actually. I play football, run track, and most importantly, I treat my mother like a queen. I have a younger brother who used to cry because he saw happy families at school. So I try and be the best role model I can be. Now I am on the road to college.
And this jacket has some cool features. See right here, it says UCL.
Finally, I did it. I have officially quit. I've been sober for so long, I actually lost count.
But it's a constant reminder of where I came from, where I want to be, and where I'm going, where I'm headed. Because you used to ask me, maybe 5 years ago, where you see yourself in 5 years, I would have told you I'd probably be dead. Everybody else in my family was. It's only a matter of time. I'm next. And I was content with it. Like, I knew for me there was no, that's my life. You know? That was it. You know, I ain't do nothing. I ain't choose to be that way. I ain't choose to be homeless.
How is my life now? My life is actually better. I'm working on a 3.5 GPA so I can go to UCSD Academic Connections. I am now a positive leader for my baby sister, instead of that negative influence I was.
So when I wear this jacket, I wear it with pride, wear it with a smile, because I'm an innocent nigga. Nobody ever would have thought I was going to be there. And the defining moment that I was getting to was when the light switched on in my head. I listened to Glenn Michael. I said, I'm going to do the unthinkable, I'm going to do the imaginable, and I'm going to try to succeed the right way. The reality changes way.
Me stopping all the negativity led me to having a better relationship with my family. This also led me to care about school, which is one of the most important things in this world, and something I've never done before. In my opinion, my life is actually going to be a lot smoother because I hit rock bottom, and I'm working my way up, and I'm not ever going back.
I just hope one day she realizes that one of the reasons we go to RC is because we feel like a family. Because someone's always there to greet us. But most of all, someone's always there to help us, not just in school, but outside of school. Thank you.
If there's one thing I can tell you guys, is that I've been through a lot. You've been through a lot. And the fact that when people say you have to get over it and move on is always easier said than done. Like many things in life, it's always easier said than done. I have not defeated this Goliath. I have not overcame this tragedy, but I'm on the path to defeat it. And one day it will no longer be in front of me. One day it will be nothing but a minuscule speck. Nothing. It will just be there. That day she'll smile at me.
Hopefully, someone out of Reality Changers hears my story and wants to change for the best. Here at Reality Changers, I've learned to be a leader, a positive role model. I'll leave you with one last quote before I end. Your past failures don't predict your future success. Now I'll ask you, what are you doing to change your life?
I could have used all my struggles as an excuse to do bad at school. But as I stand here before you and I pick up my books, I'll tell you. Because my dad left, I am not a boy, but a much better man. Because my brother was stabbed, I do not take life for granted. And because my education was on the verge of being taken away from me, I pick up these books, and I will never give them back. These books resemble my education and a brighter future for my family. With these books in front of me, not even a bullet can stop me. Thank you.
But some sacrifices are needed in order to grow as a person. My story is about a tragedy of overcoming a monster in my life. I may have lost my mother's trust and love because of my stepfather's actions, but I found myself in the end.
But there was just one challenge. I spent all my time playing, not studying. I was soon paired up with Stephanie, my favorite tutor. For 4 months, I began receiving compliments from my teachers. The more my grades increased, the greater my perspective increased against myself. I earned a 3.0, highest grade point average I have ever had. I have begun my career in high school with an amazing start, and it will be a great end. Because in order to predict the future, we must create the future. And that is why I am still standing. Thank you.
Yeah, and as you guys help me define my moment right here, right now, I can only ask, I can only hope that I can help you, even just a small part, create a defining moment here. Because here, this year at Forest Home, about overcoming our Goliaths. The homelessness was my Goliath. And now that I'm here, now that I'm having such a good time, you guys help me overcome. I wish that I can help you do the same.